Welcome. We're really glad you're here. Around our family, the door is usually open, the table's usually full, and somehow there's always room for one more.
This podcast is about making room for faith, for family, for laughter, for the messy and the meaningful. It's about inviting you into our family culture and letting you experience the joy and chaos of a big family right alongside us.
We're moms, daughters, sisters, and friends.
All in different seasons of life, but we're all gathered around the same table.
So pull up a chair, take a deep breath, and stay a while, because love multiplies when we make room, and there is always one more seat at the table. Hello, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Room for More podcast. I'm joined here today with my sisters. I'm Noelle.
Hi, I'm Faith.
I'm Grace.
Felicity.
And this week, we want to do something very different than we've done before, but like also super fun. Our mom is not on today, which I think she still also would enjoy this, but we're planning to do like a hormones podcast that we wanted to do tonight, but she couldn't join, and we want to have her input for that one too. So today we are going to just like talk about pop culture and like everything that's going on in the world this week. We're just going to kick off with what's happening this Sunday. And I've seen so much tea about this on TikTok. The Bachelorette. Have you guys seen what's going on with that?
I feel like I've heard some like rumors, but I'm not in the know of what's going on.
I think I saw that Taylor Frankie Paul was arrested or another like domestic dispute type of thing. Is that what you're talking about, Noelle?
Yeah, so I guess just to back it up, The Bachelorette launches this Sunday, for anybody that doesn't know, or it premieres this Sunday, this season of The Bachelorette. And this season's Bachelorette is Taylor Frankie Paul, who is also the star of the reality TV show, The Secret Life of Mormon Wives, which we have been watching all throughout the seasons. Besides Felicity, I don't think she's watched any of it.
Well, I jumped on the train last night after I saw the news about her, and then I got on there.
Wait,
So I
so
watched
are
the
you
first
starting
episode.
from season 1?
Yeah, I'm starting
Okay,
from
yeah.
the very beginning.
I will say season 1 didn't hook me very much, Felicity, but I think now I've jumped a little bit more on the bandwagon for the most recent season.
Well, I'm already hooked, so.
I feel like once you get hooked and you're invested, then you just have to watch all the way. Like there's no stopping. You're on the train and you just can't get off. But anyways, Taylor Frankie Paul is The Bachelorette. If you haven't seen the show, you need to watch it to know the full context here. But her life is kind of a hot mess, honestly. I really feel for her. I was watching I got Austin hooked on Secret Life of Mormon Wives too. We've been watching it together every night. It's our show before bed. And yeah, we've just been like talking about how chaotic her life is. And like I feel bad for her, honestly, because she's just like a complete mess. Like she has 3 kids, she has several baby daddies, and like she just mentally does not seem to be doing well in season 4, I feel like, and that was filmed when they were filming, right before they were filming The Bachelorette. So I don't know what your guys' thoughts are on this, but then we can dive into like the allegations that were released.
Wait,
Yeah.
just thoughts on like her situation or like
Yeah, just her as The Bachelorette, like anything.
I thought it was a very interesting choice because of like, I mean, the producers are completely aware of like the toxic situation that she's in and that she's had a really hard time distancing herself specifically from Dakota. That's like, it's been a constant thing. They really haven't had much time apart at all in any of the filming. And I just feel like, I mean, I see why they did it from a publicity standpoint. Like they were going to get a lot of eyes on the season because she already has a following. But I feel like they had to have anticipated something diabolical like this happening. I feel like I also saw allegations that she like started the season already pregnant, which has to be
What?
false. I know. But there's been all these like rumors and things around it, and I just feel like they had to anticipate like something because she's just like kind of a roller coaster.
Yeah. I don't know. I kind of feel for her in the aspect of like I feel like they are like intentionally put together in so many situations, and they also have a child together. So I feel like it would be really hard in that situation of like needing to be apart, but like a relationship that toxic, they probably need to like have no contact at all. And they're literally that's kind of impossible for them because the show probably forces them together just to create drama and entertainment. But like I don't know. I think that would be a really difficult situation to be in from like both perspectives as like co-parenting and then, like, their kids, and I don't know. I have a hard
Reality
time
TV.
talking about topics like this because I don't know, it's kinda sad to me that it's, like, entertainment out of
It
people's, like,
is, yeah.
life misery and stuff and, like, how many people it's affecting, so I don't
That
know.
it's like somebody's
It's
real
just,
life.
like, a sensitive
Yeah.
Yeah.
topic and subject too.
I think
I
I
to
feel that same way because it's like they're capitalizing on her, like, her downfall. I don't know.
Mhm.
From the get-go, it's felt that way to me, and so I don't know. I mean, I'm interested to see what the Bachelorette season looks like, but I've always been skeptical, I guess.
To be honest with you, isn't that every, like, reality TV show, though? If you think about, like, all the reality TV shows you've watched, they are literally like, it's literally people's lives as entertainment, which is, like, kind of like TikTok and Instagram too, if you think about it. But, like, in reality TV, they're specifically like, they have control of the narrative. The people that are the actors in it don't have any control of that, and it like, I think about all the shows we watched reality TV growing up, like 19 Kids and Counting, Kate Plus 8, like, all of those, like, families that were in reality TV, like, it kinda ended in disaster, and I
Mhm.
think they have to find, like, in the producers of these films and, like, just knowing this from, like, the brain of, like, storytelling on TikTok and Instagram as a creator, it's like, they have to find a villain in every episode because like, you can't have a good storyline without a villain, and so, like, they have to pit the girls against each other or the guys and the girls against each other, and I feel like it's not healthy for especially her, like and I just feel like in season 4, she seems especially unhealthy.
Have you finished the season?
Haven't, no,
Okay, I
I'm on
haven't
episode
either.
5, I think, but I've seen, like so the anyways, getting into the allegations with Taylor Frankie Paul, her apparently there's something with domestic violence between her and Dakota, who's her baby daddy, and people are wanting to cancel this season of The Bachelorette because they're saying that, like, okay, then basically we already know that she ends back up with her baby daddy from before, she's not really gonna find love on the show, so, like, why would I watch it?
Mhm.
And also, like, if she does have these domestic violence allegations against her, like, is this really ethical to be promoting somebody as, like, a role model in love and finding love when, like, she is potentially, like, breaking the law?
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like that kind of brings up my thought or the same thought Grace brought up with like I think it's pretty obvious that like mentally she's dealing with a lot and then she's put into a lot of situations. Like to be honest, I don't quite understand even why Dakota is in dad talk. Dad talk just in general confuses the heck out of me because I'm
It's
like
so
she has
I didn't know
cringy.
another
that was a
baby
thing.
daddy. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't watched enough of the season to really see much, but, like, it seems like they're really trying to make dad talk, like, a big thing, and I don't know, it's
You haven't even got
cringe to
there
me.
yet.
Yeah, it's
So
cringe.
bad.
I don't know. I just feel like also I feel like I have to say this since we're talking about Secret Life of Mormon Wives. From the beginning, I was really skeptical to the whole idea of this show because I feel like it does not paint like Mormons in a positive light and I do not think it's representative of their religion and I think that from the beginning that really rubbed me the wrong way because I think us being practicing devout Catholics, if there was a show that was started that
Mhm.
had the name of Catholic on it and it was, like, the opposite to the church's teachings, it would really rub me the wrong way,
Yeah.
and so
Mm.
I just feel like that's something I do wanna put out there because maybe that's, like, a hot take, but even though I watch it, I don't condone necessarily the lifestyle that these girls are living or promoting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
important to say.
I also think that, like, I don't know, with all of these situations, like, you don't know the full story. Like, we're just getting a piece of it. That's why it's hard for me to really, like, have an opinion on it because I don't know what happened. And, like, I doubt
Mhm.
that we'll ever know what fully happened. So it's just like, I don't know, you get a glimpse of it. You don't get the whole picture. So it's hard to judge someone based off of that without knowing
Yeah, it's like you
the
feel
whole
like
story.
it's like how people talk about having a parasocial relationship with anybody in, like, media. Like, you think you know them, but you only know what they're showing you, and it's not like you don't really know them, you know? But, yeah, I just think it's interesting. That's an interesting pop culture thing going on right now, and I've seen a lot of people saying they're not gonna watch The Bachelorette. Personally, I wanna watch it, so I wanna see, like, what happens, but also I really, like, feel for Taylor, and I hope she gets the help she needs, so yeah, I don't know.
Agreed.
I'll be interested to see if they, like, cancel the show or not.
Yeah.
I kinda
Wait,
don't
you
think
think
they will.
they won't even air The Bachelorette?
Well, if you go to, like, CBS or not CBS, who is it
ABC.
ABC? ABC, if you go to their Instagram account, you'll see, like, all the comments on their posts recently are like, "Cancel the season, we don't wanna watch it, like, nobody wants this," like, it's all against the season premiering. So it's
what
just
was
interesting.
is there like an article on what happened, or is
Let
this
me
all
look it
just
up.
like
Yeah.
I
The thing
think
that I
there was the
read
actual police
basically
report.
said,
Felicity has some what?
yeah, because I read into it last night after watched the 20-minute episode. And it basically said that there was an argument between them and Dakota potentially like hit her daughter and then she
Mm.
like threw a chair at him or something like that.
This was the first
This was a
police
different one?
report. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Felicity, this
So
is a whole
there's
different one.
okay, so that one was from a while ago?
Because if you're
I
on
think that was from
season
season
1, yeah, the
Oh my
chair thing.
gosh. Okay. I thought that was more recent.
Man.
No, there
Okay. Well,
I
then I
think the
don't know the
reason
most
why this one
recent
is
domestic
actually,
violence.
like I think this one is verified because there was a police report that is, like, public.
Okay. I thought that one said that she had gotten arrested for that, but then maybe not.
Yeah, I think the police report was from February 20th, like recently, and that's why people are
Okay.
like, "Oh, that was after because they were done filming The Bachelorette in like December." So then it was like, "Okay, well, we already know what's gonna happen, that like she doesn't find love or they don't stay together or whatever, you know?" So
I
you're
don't know
just
if
like
it
watching it through that
necessarily
lens.
means that, though, like, she
Yeah,
could
that's
still
true.
maybe
It
be in a
doesn't.
relationship and she has to co-parent with him, so that could lead to
Yeah.
interesting dynamics. So, I don't know, I feel like they're still gonna air it because I don't honestly think if they put so much money into production and stuff that they would just, like, completely, like, give up on it like that,
Yeah, I
but
agree, and I
I
think
don't
there's
know.
the more eyeballs on it, the better for them, like, now that there's all these things coming out, more people are talking about it, so they're not gonna lose the
Yeah.
ratings, I don't think.
Whatnot.
Okay, let's jump to
Okay.
the next topic.
Okay.
Okay, next topic of interest is going to be the
Actually,
insane US weather.
the fact that it's gonna be, like, 95 degrees on Saturday, and then it's gonna dip, like, below what is I know it was for sure gonna be, like, 50s on
Well,
Sunday to
I mean, it
go
was
that much.
literally like yesterday that it was like a blizzard snowstorm.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's
Yeah, I
crazy.
know,
And then
it's
it's going to be
insane.
90 degrees.
Yeah, how is it 96 is the high on Saturday, and we are literally in March. Last year, this time of
96
year
is the high?
yeah,
What?
last year, this
No.
time of year, I remember we literally had a huge snowstorm.
That's
Wait,
crazy.
the 96 cannot be the high, that is insane.
That's what it says.
I literally tanned today. I think it's going to be like a UV of 8 this weekend. So
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I
me,
hope you're
Adelaide, and
right. Is
Elliot
it
were
real
outside
now?
today tanning.
I know it was
Yeah,
such a
look.
beautiful day. Soak in the sunshine.
What is everybody's thoughts on AI? AI is very trendy right now. It's like, what is this, like the third year of AI? Did they launch it in 2023? I remember when ChatGPT first came out and we were like all freaked out.
Yeah, I was very
Mhm.
skeptical of it
I'm
at
still kind of
first.
freaked out.
Yeah.
I use it too much. That's all I have to
Well,
say.
I will say I can so see it playing a bigger role in education as time goes on because we have access to like a more advanced version and like it will literally generate full on lesson plans. Like I have planned a couple of like themed lessons where like kids are acting as spies and they like have this whole theme to all of the learning in this like exploratory lesson and it's like so fun for them. So like it has come to our benefit, but I'm also said to my coworker when we were generating it, I was like, I wonder how much water this is wasting.
No, for real though, like that's a
Yeah.
big concern.
How does that work?
Hi.
I don't
Sorry, the kids
understand
just
that.
got home. They were at getting ice cream because Elliot peed on the potty today. AI?
So I don't understand what is the whole thing with using a lot of water for it? I don't get the connection.
Plus, do you want to turn up your thing on here?
Is that better?
So
Yeah.
Okay.
I think with like AI, the way that they generate everything is through water production, is the way I understand it. I don't really know the nitty gritty details of it, but I know that it uses so much water in like energy to generate it that it's like considered not good for the environment. I don't really
Yeah.
understand it further than that.
I think it's that the equipment that like generates it, like the computer systems, like are working so hard that they get overheated easily.
So they have to have
So that's
cooling
why they
plant.
have to have water
Yeah.
all the time to like cool it.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
I saw an article that said that there was something opening. They were trying to get a facility built that was like going to take more power than the whole city of Lincoln combined.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very in that regard, it's such a like complex, nuanced topic because it can be so helpful, like what you're saying. And there are things that I found to be really helpful too. The thing that I have a problem with is when it like completely takes away from human creativity and like thought. And my worry is that it's just gonna like I already feel like in myself, like it kind of dumbs me down in a way where like you just immediately go to the shortcut. Like, our brains are wired
Yeah.
to go to the shortest option that's gonna, like, take the fastest, amount of time, and I feel like in that regard, it's kind of not good, but it's also kind of like what Google was, when it first came out.
Yeah.
So it's like the next technological advance of that.
Yeah, I also feel like with education-wise, Faith, like, don't they also have more issues with like kids cheating or like never doing their own work because they can just type it in?
Actually, now we've had some tech training on it, and the philosophy behind it now is like, how can we train kids to use it in the right way? So there's like different
Mm.
AI tools that we can that we're supposed to like train kids on, that they can only have like, they have to list their sources, and so they can use AI to generate things based off of only those sources and not just off of the broad interweb. And so
Interesting.
yeah, there's different kind of ways around it, but Grace was just laughing at me because when we were talking about how much water it uses, I pulled up AI to ask how much water it uses.
Oh my gosh.
You're using water, asking it how much water it
I
uses.
know, yeah, I know. That's an issue. But yeah, I feel like my husband has a way different view on AI than I do, and he just thinks kind of like you guys are saying, like it just like you're just not thinking if you're using it. However, I do think it can be a tool in certain situations. I think not to necessarily have it like think for you, but I think like in a way that's been so helpful for me is I will like tell my AI what type of like groceries I still have that I need to like use up, and then I'll have it help me meal plan for the next week, and you can throw anything at it. Like I always say HelloFresh inspired meals because I love HelloFresh, but then I can also say like that I'm breastfeeding, so I want something that has hormone support and that's like quick and easy or budget friendly, and that has been a game changer.
Is that where your meal came from the other night?
Mhm.
Pita deal?
Yeah,
Really?
I did Mediterranean pitas, and they were actually really good, and they heat up well for
Amazing.
leftovers.
There you
Can you send
go.
the recipe? I feel like sending recipes and things is really hard when you get it from ChatGPT.
That's what I was gonna say, it's really hard to do that. I don't know.
You have to like go back to your messages with it and like copy and paste all the stuff and like edit out all the extra junk it adds.
Also, though, how do you know if it's gonna be a good recipe? Because there's no reviews or
It always is for
It's
some
never
reason.
failed for me. Never,
really.
not once.
I wonder if it pulls like the best
Yeah, that's
recipe
what I was gonna say. It
off
probably
the
pulls
internet.
up the top
But
one.
half the time, it'll like I'll be subbing so many things for it because I'm just trying to use up something in
Uh-huh.
my pantry, and it still turns out really good.
That's
Huh.
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Try it out for your groceries, but maybe don't try it out for like writing a paper, you know?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, can they tell? Can you tell as a teacher, like, if somebody has a paper written by AI?
Here's the thing, I teach math and science.
Okay, so you don't really know, but I feel like English would be a whole different thing.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
know?
say like at the college level, they always like they would know. They always knew.
Well, and does it count as like plagiarizing, I would assume?
I mean, yeah, if you're just copying it off of that.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's like you're not using your brain to.
Yeah,
totally. But like, how would they catch it as plagiarizing if it's not
I know.
necessarily like listed
Cited
somewhere as a
somewhere. Yeah.
source?
That's true.
Like, do you have to list like when you're doing your references, do you put chat GPT? Like,
Yeah, that's true. I don't know how that would
Probably,
work.
honestly.
Or
That is
even
maybe
if you
just
crazy.
didn't
ask.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. Very interesting.
Who the heck knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think ChatGPT is one of those things that, like I said, it's kind of like Google when it first came out. Everybody, and that we're too young to even remember because like I don't remember when Google came out. But like one of the things that like just freaks people out in the beginning, and then it just becomes so mainstream that like you don't think about it anymore.
Mhm.
I think
Yeah,
the
I
one
just
thing is the energy usage of it is like a little bit concerning to me.
yeah, that and I hope that there are like regulations on it too so that it doesn't just like start overtaking jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I fear that that would like also just lead to more isolation and less human interaction and like just continue down that path that is already kind of going.
Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of gives Wally vibes.
Totally does. Yeah, there's a part of it that freaks me out for sure.
Well, if you think about it, it can take over so many jobs, like
Yeah.
just by the basic model that we have on our phone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That
It's
is
true.
Like any
crazy.
data analytics, like they don't really need that anymore.
See what
I have a question for you guys, and this is probably more of like a Noelle and Felicity question, but what are your thoughts on sleep training?
oh my gosh, are we getting real heated or what?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
that
I
is
just
a
don't quite understand why it's like so controversial, I
Oh,
guess.
man. I
it's
think any
very
any
controversial.
parenting topic is controversial. People make
Yeah,
everything
very.
controversial.
Yeah. I mean,
Personally,
we
okay.
haven't done it at all yet because I don't know. I think I kind of have my own worries about it, but I'm just curious if there's been something that has worked for you that you feel like is still really like developmentally appropriate.
Yeah, personally for us, my philosophy on sleep training is that you need to do what is in the best interest of your mental health as the mother and as the father and your as the parents. Because at the end of the day, if you cannot be the best parent you can be, then that's going to like take away from your child's health and your child's overall well-being. Like people make the argument and like this argument has been made to me a lot of times of like, oh, well, it's like your attachment is like off then because like they're going to be crying themselves to sleep or cry it out or whatever and then like they're not going to be attached to you as well. But I feel like that kind of backfires because then it's like you're being harmed in that process because if you get to a point where you literally cannot sleep and like you don't have a good routine at all, then it's harmful to you, which is also harmful to your child.
Mm-hmm.
So to me it's like a catch 22, but like you like prioritizing your health is prioritizing your children's health. Does that
Mm-hmm.
make sense?
Yeah.
That's just my philosophy on it.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. I think that it's very much like you as a parent know your limits. And like Noelle was saying, at a certain point, you have to put your health like up front. It's very important. But also, you know your individual child. And
Mhm.
like you were saying, like I think it kind of depends, number one, on like the developmental stage of the child. And then also like the way that you sleep train them. Because there's so many different ways you can do it.
Mhm.
What we did the Ferber, and I think Noelle did that too, which is
Yeah.
like you go in every few minutes and like comfort them very briefly or just like, hey, I'm still here, whatever, it's time to go to sleep. So that they know that you're like not just like ditching them and you're gone
Yeah.
until they fall asleep. So you're reminding them like, I'm here, but it's still time to go to sleep. So that they know that you'll come back and they're not like worried that they're abandoned, I guess is kind of the idea behind that one. And for us, we had a couple hard nights, and then Eden is like a really, for the most part, really great independent sleeper now. She feels very safe in her bed and like gets really excited to go to bed. And I don't know if that has anything to do with sleep training, but we've been very blessed with her sleep.
I think I would encourage you to do it just because both of my kids sleep terribly. Obviously, you guys know that. And they've always been bad sleepers. But one of the things that like I did that I kind of regret early in motherhood is that I listened to too many voices around me of like what people were saying. And I let other people's opinions like kind of like go back and forth in my brain and like ping pong all over the place. So I was always like not sure what to do. I think it's really awesome that you guys like or Faith, you have Felicity and I as like a resource to like look to for this because like I just didn't have that really. And I think mom and dad were just in such a different area of parenting that you almost like forget it or it's just different, you know, in that time. But I would go if I would go back, I wish we would have sleep trained our kids sooner because that we by the time we started doing it, I think it was too late because like it didn't work for either of them.
There is a stage that it's like too late.
Yeah.
Once they
True.
are able
Hopefully
to
we
like
didn't
understand how
miss the
to
stage.
almost like manipulate, not in like a
Mhm.
negative way, but like their brain, once they get to that developmental stage
Mhm.
and they're
They're
aware of
starting to
like,
test boundaries.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's really difficult. Yeah, so I don't know. I think that it's different for everybody and different comfort levels for the parents because I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard on me.
Yeah, it's not
Even those
easy.
couple of nights, yeah, it was very hard, but it more than paid off. And I'm really glad that we did it for all of, like, even Eden's sake, all of us getting better sleep.
Yeah, because for her to get good sleep is like
Yeah.
better for her overall, even
Yeah.
though Adelaide told me who was at mom and dad? Faith was
I was there.
trying to put her down to go to sleep on Sunday night. We were at mom and dad's house staying the night, and she literally told me that she hates sleep and she does not need to sleep ever. She basically was telling me that she was just like disowning sleep, and I'm like, all right, well, we'll see how that goes for you. But then she fell asleep like 15 minutes after that.
That's such a 3-year-old thing.
It
I
totally is
remember
a
that age
teenager.
hating naps.
Yeah,
That was
Sienna was
horrible.
really good about it and was like, Adelaide, I just have to tell you, everybody sleeps. There's not anybody that doesn't sleep. She
And
just
that
wasn't
meant
ready to hear
something.
it in the moment, but
Well, I think it hit her in a different way from Sienna because I told her that, and she was
yeah,
like, "No, I still don't want to. I don't like sleep." You know, the whole gamut.
cute
Yeah.
after the fact, maybe not in the moment too much.
Yeah.
They slept really well on the way home the second night because she went to bed so late. She was asleep before 7 PM in the car and slept the whole way home. So
Oh my goodness.
that
She
was
was
a
tired.
positive. She got a good night's sleep that night.
Good.
Good. Yeah, sleep schedules always get thrown off when you're traveling too, so.
What are your thoughts on faith, like, as a new mom, newish mom, hearing from other people's voices on social media and how that, like, interjects or, like, influences the way that you're parenting?
That's a good question. I think I have a way different algorithm than you had.
Mm,
Because I think you also had a lot of critique on, like, what you were putting out there, and
mhm.
people I think my biggest thing that like, something that really bothers me is when, like, moms are tearing each other down because we all know that none of us have it figured out, and we're all just trying our best all the time, and we know that, like, with our hormones and everything too, like, there's already levels of, like, self-doubt, and you're always just, like, feeling like you can't quite measure up. And so it just really is disheartening for me when I see moms tearing each other down because I don't think that that's going to be productive at all. I think that we can lift each other up through support with of one another and sharing our experience, but ultimately, I think something that's really stuck with me that mom has said is like to trust your intuition as a mom. Like ultimately, you know what's best for you and your baby. And I don't know, I feel like that's been a process of me, like, trusting my own intuition, but I think I'm starting to, like, feel a little bit more comfort in my abilities as a mom and trust just that I know what's right for him. I don't think that's always gonna be the case, and there are definitely still doubts, but I don't know, I don't know that I have the same algorithm where I'm, like, seeing as much critique with that stuff,
Well, not
so
not
I don't
not
really.
necessarily critique, but I think just, like, opinions, and maybe it was I think social media was a little different when I first became a mom too in, like, 2022,
Mhm,
where, like, the algorithm was a lot less tailored to, like, you in particular, and it was more just, like, you're a little more generalized, so, like, a lot of motherhood content was, like, being thrown at me, and, like, I have another friend who became a mom the same time I did, and she, after her first baby, like, it was so hard on her to see all of the different, like, opinions and, like, "You have to do this, do that, don't do this." Like, the way that people, like it was more, like, polarizing, I think, in a way.
yeah, I think right now, and maybe it's just the stage that we're in, the biggest thing that I've, like, had a hard time with is figuring out, like, right now, like, how do you introduce solids? Like, there's people that have the, like, baby-led weaning approach, and some people, like, just take it in way different strides, which I believe whatever works best for you, it works best for you, but when I literally brought up the baby-led weaning idea to my pediatrician, he was like, "I don't even know what that is," and I tried to explain to him, like, I was like, "Yeah, I think it's just, like, you giving your babies, like, table food so that they can learn to, like, eat it on their own, but, like, you just, like, supervise them really closely," and he's like, "That scares me, I probably wouldn't do that." I was like, "Alright, well, there's my answer."
Yeah, I feel like a lot of those things and, like, the baby-led weaning has become really, like, commercialized in a way, like, they whoever started that process has, like, a whole Instagram account, and then, like, they have, like, their app and their books, and, like, a lot of the parenting advice becomes so, like, they monetize off of it.
Mhm,
And they almost, like, monetize off of fear, and I think that's one thing that I got wrapped up in is, like, okay, there's so many different options, I'm overwhelmed, like, I wanna do what's best for my child, but I don't even know what that option is,
mhm.
because there's so many opinions, and it was just like, "Hey, I guess I'm gonna do, like, a random assortment of all of these because I don't really know what the right one is."
Yeah, I think if I've learned anything in motherhood, it's like you can do a lot more than you'd think with a lot less than you think. Like,
Yeah.
I think like our culture nowadays can just get so materialistic and think like, oh, you need like all these big things for being a parent, like all of, I don't know, like
Gadgets
it can
and
just yeah, all the gadgets. It can the list goes on with the things that, like, people are telling you need, but I feel like half the things that I do have I tried to, like, be pretty minimalist about things that I got, but even, like, gosh, toy clutter happens so fast, and it's already overwhelming me, and I know, and I'm just, like I'm a very clutter-free person, so I think that's
yeah.
something that I'm just gonna need to, like, release as I,
I
like.
definitely had to go through that too.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just like I think I've just realized like you don't really need as much as you think that you would. I think that like nat like our nature provides plenty for our kids and they don't necessarily need toys because half the time they want the one thing that's not a toy to play with,
Yeah,
actually most
cardboard
of the time.
box. Yeah.
Yep.
Give my kids a cardboard box and a marker, and they're set.
A laundry basket, pots and
Laundry
Yes.
pans.
basket, pots and
Mhm.
pans, a
My
phone.
phone he's obsessed with right now. He keeps trying to grab it, and I'm like, "That's probably the dirtiest thing. I do not want you to put that
Yeah,
in your mouth." But yeah, I don't
Oh
know.
my gosh,
yikes.
our phones are
I feel like
silly.
I feel like social media in general is so like there's just way too many opinions out there about
Yeah.
everything. And I mean, I guess everybody can have their own opinion. It's more so that it's hard when you're seeing all these different opinions and you don't know how to sort through them.
Yeah.
So for that reason too, I think Grace did this too, but for Lent, like getting rid of social media for some time has been good to just be like, I need a little bit of space to be able to like do things with using my own brain and my own instincts my
Yeah.
own way. Yeah. And what feels right for me.
Wait, I
It's
wanna
like
hear more
so
about that.
informative.
Yeah.
I wanna
It's like
hear
how
more
do you
about
figure
that.
out everything?
About
Sorry.
what?
Sorry, Grace, we keep, like,
No,
talking
you're
at the same
good. Go
time.
ahead.
I just wanna hear more about you, Felicity and Grace, your Lenten, and maybe we can get into more of our, like, Lenten, how Lent's going. That's a current event. Like, with your guys's when you're talking about that, your separation with social media during Lent, how has that gone, and, like, what does that look like for you?
Mhm.
For me, the reason that I wanted to do it was really just number one, like the scrolling addiction, which I think a lot of people struggle with. Um, But yeah, a big thing was like just like we've been talking about, just seeing so many different opinions on everything and anything that is overwhelming. And there can be so many great positive things that I'm like want to implement in my life. And I'm like, I can't implement all of this stuff. And it gets so overwhelming. Seriously, though,
Does
like,
anybody else have, like, 15 million saved albums on
yeah,
your
that's what I
Instagram
mean.
that you
Like, I
save
would
stuff and you
send
never
like
look at it?
so
Yep.
I would save things or send them to Owen and be like, "We're never gonna look at these again. Like, what's my idea for like we have to start doing this with Eden?" And then we both like it's just like so like
It's just
or like
clutter for
it's a
your
health
mind.
thing that I find that I'm like I have to start doing this, and then it's like yeah, it's I'm not gonna remember it. I never go back to my saved stuff or my DMs with people. But yeah, so that was my big thing is like just relying too heavily on it. It's been good. Go on the weekends and I go on my computer like once or twice a week sometimes and check in, mostly for Noelle stuff, not gonna
I
lie.
love the computer stuff. That
I
if
know,
I
because
could
then
just
it's
take
not
it
your
off my
phone.
phone,
Yeah,
so nice.
yeah,
And then I feel like because I have a keyboard, I, like, am more apt to just, like, type responses to people or, like,
yeah.
comment or, like, DM people, like, and type out, like, a message, and I feel like that's so much more healthy than scrolling. Like, I'd rather
Right?
actually talk to
Well, and
someone or communicate.
it's just like the accessibility of like I barely ever get my computer out.
Yeah,
Where like my phone is always in my hands or it's always right next
yeah.
to me, and if I'm on something else I end up on social media. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's been good for me in that way. I want to hear your
Yeah.
opinions, Grace.
No, I just agree. I feel like it's like I got to the point where I would just go to like Instagram or Facebook without even thinking about it and then I'd be on there and be like, what am I even doing? Like just the amount of time that I would waste on there and just the constant stimulation and I feel like it just kind of like makes me feel so detached from reality and my surroundings and like just like my body too. Like I just it's like a distraction from like things that I actually need to be doing or stuff that I actually need to like think about or I just felt like I was, like, not being as productive in other areas because I'd be, like, yeah, just on it too much,
Mhm.
without even thinking about it. I just felt like I, like, needed a detox anyway, and I had given up social media like, a few years ago for Lent, and I feel like I just remember after, like, I didn't re-download it for a while because it's just I don't know, it's so much more peaceful not having it, and like you were saying, all the information, it's just over informative and, like, to the point where it's like it's not healthy to, like, have that much knowledge or false knowledge even of stuff that it's like, "Oh, is this even, like, accurate?" Like, how do you sort through all of that? So,
It's like, no wonder we're all anxious and depressed, like,
yes.
Mhm.
there's a reason.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, and it is so addicting. So, I don't know, I feel like there's, like when we went to New York, I was on it for that, and then, like, after, was off of it again, and so that kind of, like, was a little bump in the Lenten thing, but since being off of it now, like, it is wild how even on, like, Sundays when I technically can go on it, how I just don't really. Like, this past Sunday in the evening, I was like, "Oh my gosh, wait." Like, I can go on it today, but then, like, even when I look at it now, it's not like I can just tell that I'm not as reliant on it because it's not like I go on there and just mindlessly go on it. Like, I, like, went on there and, like, checked into the notifications and then was like, "Okay, I don't feel like I need to be, like, looking at this
Yeah.
anymore." So,
Mhm.
yeah, just having that separation and, like, also to be more aware and mindful of just the time that I wasted on it before has been good. And then also to hopefully bring that into after Lent is over,
Absolutely.
just to be able to recognize that more.
That's great.
Speaking of better things to replace it, we need to get signed up for that knitting class ASAP.
Yes. Wait, when is that?
I think it's like mid-April. I need to pull out the schedule and get us signed up.
Yeah,
Wait,
send me the
wait.
dates.
So for our listeners, Felicity crocheted blanket. How did you do that? It was like one day she sent us a text and was like, I learned how to crochet. And then the next text was like, here's a full blanket. It was like an hour later or something.
And then you
It was,
made like a
so-
cardigan the day after.
No, no, no. Okay, so it's actually called hand knitting because of the way that you knit. It's a knit instead of a crochet, but it's way easier than knitting because you're using your hands and it's huge yarn. So, anyways, yeah, I started with a blanket, kind of failed, and then I did a few more blankets, and I did pillowcases, and then I did the cardigan. And the cardigan is like it's just a little bit tight. I think I need to give it to somebody that's a little smaller than me. Maybe like, I don't know, Grace. I don't know if you'd want it, or
It
maybe
looked really cozy.
it is cozy, but it's just a little bit like constricting
snug.
because I didn't know how to fit it. I literally just like
Yeah,
went
that makes
for it.
sense.
So it's like it would fit somebody that's like a size smaller than me, I think.
Wait, I am just like so baffled that you just went on and knit a freaking cardigan.
Yeah, can
How do
you
you
Well, I
even
go
do
just
grab
that?
really
it and
wanted
show
to
us?
make something fun, so I went
How did
for
you even
it.
do that?
But
Like, how do you make an arm?
yeah,
How do you make
it was
sleeves?
Here,
pretty
Felicity, can you go
complicated.
get it to show us? Because I'm really curious what it like turned
Sure, I'll
out.
go grab it.
Okay.
And then when we were home for this last weekend, I saw that mom, she like crocheted a whole blanket
Well,
or
she
knit
just
a
threw
full
that blanket
blanket.
on the couch and people were just like cuddling with it. They're like, "Oh, I love this blanket." And she's like, "Oh yeah, I made it." We're like,
Yeah,
"Wait,
I was like, when did you learn this? And like, why have we not heard about this secret hobby you've had?
I know. She's a woman of many hobbies all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know. I kind of love it.
I do too.
That is
Yeah,
so
I
Oh
think
my
that's
cute.
so
god.
cute.
I think
And
it
the way
fits
that you like
well.
even made a pattern with it, how the heck? Okay.
What do you mean you got the
Still,
yarn
though.
pattern?
Why?
Means because that's not me.
I think it's kind of
That's really
stylish.
cute.
I love it.
It's just
If you put like a button in the middle, oh yeah.
like right here, and it needs a little button.
I feel like maybe a couple buttons.
Yeah, a couple buttons.
Anyways, yes, I had showed mom when I was there. I taught her how to do it because she really wanted to learn. And Owen's mom also wants to learn, so she's next on my list. And then my
Maybe
friends
you
were
need
here
to
the other
have
night
like
and wanted me to host a party.
that's what I was gonna say. You need to
You
host a little like
should.
girls'
Sip
night
and
out.
knit?
That
Yes.
would be
Girls'
so
night in,
fun.
if you
It's
will.
honestly one of those things that you can learn in like an hour. Like it's not that complicated once you get it
It's not
down.
as complicated as my freaking Christmas party
No,
where we tried to do the ornaments and nobody knew how to do them and they just left without them.
that was kind of
That
complicated,
was
but
really
this is not.
hard.
That was hard, Noel.
I
I
didn't
thought
think
that
it was
was
hard because I'd
fun.
done it before, but
It's
you know,
okay. I don't know that it's hard, but it was more time consuming.
I
Yeah.
feel like people got overwhelmed and then
Yeah, I
overstimulated
think
and
so
just
too.
left. No, I think that'd be so fun. You should definitely do it.
But Grace and I were talking about doing this knitting class through Southeast. I think it's in like Seward or something random like that. But
What? No.
if you guys
Yeah,
wanted
send
to
me the
join,
date. I would love
I'll
to
find
do
the
that.
date and send it to everybody, and we can.
Probably can't go all the way to
learn
Seward for
to
a
knit.
knitting class. Is it like a
I think it's Seward. I don't know. I need to look at it again.
There's
There's a
a
crocheting one in Lincoln, but I think that one's in Seward.
there's a cute coffee shop in Seward that we should also.
Yeah, there is.
They actually have a lot of stuff. One
They
time
do.
we got stuck there because we were rerouted from the interstate because there was like a bunch of construction or something happened. And so it took us, instead of like 2 hours to get home, it took us like 4 hours to get home and we had to go through Seward. So we went to the Jimmy John's there and they have a nice town square in
They
Seward.
They
do.
do.
They have a lot
And
of
they
stuff.
have
Yeah,
some
it's
cute
cute.
little shops and everything.
Yeah, they do.
They have a little like cafe on the corner or something. I think it's called something like that and they have good food and yeah.
It's called something like that.
I think
Cafe
it's
on the
called like
corner.
cafe
Really?
on
No, their cafe is cute.
isn't it called
Any
cafe on the
Seward
corner?
people listening?
I'm gonna look it up.
Cafe on the corner. Wait, is that actually a thing? Are you looking it up?
Faith, are you searching it?
I am, but maybe
I'm
I
trying to
just made
find
that up.
this.
Power to be
It's on the
found.
corner though.
Can learn
It's called Cafe on the Square. I was close.
Yeah, that place is really cute and it's really good food
Yeah.
too.
Dang, Faith, that's a good memory. I thought it
Yeah.
was one of those things where you're just making it up and like going with
I
it.
do that sometimes.
You do.
No, it's a real deal. It is
Okay,
cute.
well, should we wrap this random upon random episode up with our favorite things and also our what we're making room for this week?
Let's do it.
First of all, I do want to say, like, if you made it to this far in this episode and it's such a mosh podge of things, like, thanks for being with us.
Good for
Like,
you.
you're a true friend.
I feel like this is what the podcast is going to turn into, though. It's just like a bunch of random crap that we like string together, and like the constant theme is literally just us.
The next
We're
week
just-
one should be more fun, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it should be
Yeah.
more, not more fun. It should be more,
More
like,
insightful.
yeah, there you go.
Okay. Anybody have a favorite thing? Want to kick us off?
Okay, my favorite thing are these cookies that Grace just made for us.
Ooh.
Grace, you'll have to give the details on what brand they are, but they're so good, especially fresh out of the oven. Just gooey and completely hit the spot. So tell us what the brand is.
They're just the like sweet Lorraine cookies. So they're like gluten, dairy, maybe nut free too. Don't quote me on that. But
You can
just
find them
like
everywhere.
quick and easy. They're really yummy.
Yum.
Those are literally at every store too. Anybody else?
My favorite thing is, I guess this isn't right now.
Your boyfriend?
You're funny. I would say,
What is going on in your brain?
Does it make sense?
okay, my favorite thing is the spring decor at Target because
Oh.
I am starting to do my little, what? The shell one?
Yeah, you have to show that.
Probably still has the tag on it.
She got this really cute pillow that I'm going to make her show you guys.
Yeah, I just started like cycling out my like winter stuff and then I'm like, yeah, full on spring mode. So ready to do all the spring cleaning and to refresh and yeah, all the things. And Target has some really cute stuff. But yeah, this is the pillow that Faith is obsessed with. It just has like little
Cute.
shells on it.
I love it.
Faith, that
Yeah.
screams you.
That does.
But
That's what I was gonna say.
Also, like, I love all the like textures she's bringing in here. She just like likes to decorate every once in a while. So it's just
So fun.
Yeah, I'm a texture person more than like lots of patterns. I really like textures. So
Cute.
I'm like the
Been
opposite of
fun.
that, I think.
yeah, I would agree with that.
Felicity, do you have a
My favorite thing this week was high chai. We got that the other night and it was just hit the spot. It was really good.
What's
So,
high chai for those that don't know?
high V Chinese food.
If you're
It's
not a
really
local
good.
to the Midwest, they don't have high V all over the United States. So
Oh,
high
I'm
V is
missing
like our
out.
local grocery store,
They do
but
And
they
have
apparently
some
have good.
good Chinese food. And on Tuesday nights, it's only $6 a meal. So that's when we got it.
I feel like
Felicity
you
knows
guys are
all the
frequent.
budget friendly.
Yeah, we always find
options.
the budget things.
What's that other thing you guys found out about where like you can go to the back door of Whole Foods and they like give you all their like
Back
leftover
door?
goods?
On something. Owen is like obsessed with these deals that he finds. It's not the back door. It's like a
Sounds
It's
so
like-
sketchy.
stuff that they do it like once a week. Stuff that's due for that
It's,
like
like,
that
overdue.
week, then they get rid of it for really cheap. So you can like sign up to get like a bread bag or like a food bag for like just random foods. So you don't really know what you're signing up for, but it's like it'll be like pre-made foods or just like random stuff. But you pay like, I don't know, maybe like $10 and get like $50 worth of stuff basically. So
Mm-hmm.
but then you have to eat it in like the next day. So I don't.
So if you're having a party, definitely sign up for the back door.
Yeah, but you just
Hy-Vee-
don't know what
or
you're gonna get.
Not high
Back
Back
door.
door.
The
Yes,
backdoor pass.
absolutely.
Okay, my favorite thing is not a tangible thing, but I'm having some girls over this Friday for just to like watch TV, The Secret Life of Mormon Wives, and like have snacks and just hang out. And I had two of my cousins over last week to like just watch TV and hang out. And it is seriously so underrated having girls' nights as a freaking adult, especially when you have children. I'm like, why do we not do this more often? It's so life-giving to just like, and it's so simple to just have people over when your kids are in bed to watch TV with you and laugh and talk and have snacks. Like, that's all that it takes. It's really zero effort besides driving to someone's house. And like, you can even in a friend group, like cycle through people's houses. And I'm like, why do we not do this more often? I just like walked away feeling so refreshed.
Mhm.
And I'm so excited to do that again this Friday. So yeah, I don't know. Bring back more parties, more girls' nights, even after you
Slumber
have
parties.
kids.
Yes.
Bring back slumber parties, honestly.
We
Totally.
still
I'd
need
be
to have our
all about
sister one that we were supposed to have like
Yes,
the week
sister
Micah was
sleepover.
born.
Yeah, that didn't happen
Yeah, I
because
forgot
Micah
about
was
that.
born early.
Wait, it kind of did happen because remember I
It
just
happened,
randomly
but
like
I just
came.
wasn't there.
You weren't there.
Yeah, that's what it was. But we'll have to redo that soon.
Yeah. Okay, let's go into our last segment, which is what we're making room for this week.
I'm making room for the sunshine this weekend, as I think everybody probably is, but getting ready for these warm days and hopefully get a little bit of a tan going. And
Wear your SPF though.
yes, absolutely.
I'm making room for me this week. I've kind of alluded to in the last few episodes a really just hard decision I was weighing. And I finally made that decision. And I have decided to step away from my job as a teacher, at least for the next year. And I think it just freed up so much space and like mental headspace. Like the mental load is something that's so not tangible, but so real. And my mental load has just like vanished. It feels like since I've made that decision, and I just feel like I finally have space to like prioritize me. So
Aw.
that's what I'm going to be making room for.
That's so good. So happy for you.
I am making room for community this week. I get the chance to catch up with like just lots of friends and family this weekend. So I'm really looking forward to that and just getting outside and enjoying time together in the beautiful weather and the sunshine, which is going to be unreal, especially having this weather in March. So, yeah, really looking forward to and very grateful for that.
I am making room this week for, I don't know, this always kind of trips me up because I'm like, I feel like I could think about this for like an hour. But off the top of my head, I think what I'm making room for this week is, I don't know if this makes sense, but whimsy. Okay, so I am like obsessed with one of my mom friends who's also a content creator, or she's a content creator, and that's how I like know her. Her account on Instagram is Joy with Jordan. I don't know if any of you guys follow her. It's at Joy with Jordan.
I think I
But
see her
she,
comment on your stuff all the time.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what I was
she's,
gonna say.
you should follow her. She's awesome. She's a mom of three girls, but her whole thing is like dopamine dressing, like all the color. She like just wants to add a little whimsy into her every day, and I think that just like elevates her mood and like makes her who she is. And so she like her whole closet is like super colorful. She puts sprinkles in her coffee every morning. Like she has the super cute like Anthropology coffee mugs that are like the little sipper things, you know what I'm talking about, where they're like ceramic sippers with like plaid print on them or whatever. And just the way that she incorporates that into her daily life has been inspiring me so much. So I think this week I'm trying to make room for a little bit more of that like color and whimsy and just like leaning into that like girly side of me that I think like I don't really make room for enough. So
I love that.
yeah.
That makes me excited.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Yeah,
I
I
love
love
it.
that.
It's the little
Yeah.
things sometimes, the little
Right? I
joys.
know. Today I made myself a dark chocolate strawberry latte. Iced
Yeah,
latte
I
with
saw
icing.
that.
It
That
was so
How
looked
was
so
good.
it?
good.
That sounds
It was so
fun.
good. And I'm like, that's such a like random but like fun thing to do that I like would
Mhm.
always be like, oh, I don't have time for that. Like it sounds so good, but like I don't have time for that. But it's like, why?
Yeah,
Like
make time for
I have
yourself.
I have the free will to do that. It's like remembering your free will.
Like
So
doing the things that when you were little, you're like, I can't wait to do this when I'm an adult.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
now you
actually
can do
doing
it.
it and enjoying it.
Yeah, and
Uh-huh.
it's like I don't know why if this is just like a me thing or if everybody else feels this way, you guys can like reply to this, but like I just like almost gaslight myself into thinking like, "Oh, I can't do that because I need to like be on this track of like having all my parental responsibilities and like I have things to do and things to get done and like just pushing those fun things off because like they're not as important, I guess." Well, thank you guys for joining us this week. I hope you enjoyed our very random episode, but also kind of different. So let us know what you think. Leave us a comment and a rate and review and give us a follow on Instagram at Room for More Family. But we'll talk to you guys next week. Love ya. Bye.
Bye.
That was today's conversation, and now it's your turn.
Who can you make room for this week?
Who might need an invitation, a listening ear, or a seat at your table?
It doesn't have to be perfect, just open.
We'll be back next time, gathered again with stories, faith, and family. Until then,
Pull up a chair and follow us on Instagram at Room for More Podcast. There is always one more seat at the table.